Then.
Van.
Hmm.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome in, Austin. Good to see you here. I would come and fetch you if you weren't here, Austin.
That's all right. That's all right.
Al, Imran, Janelle, good to see you again, and Tamika.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. So welcome, welcome. So happy that you're here. And I don't want to delay. I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get right into it so that we can really start unpacking this entrepreneurship thing because it's a big, big, big field. A lot of things to talk about, and let's get going. So I'm just going to share my screen here. And the first thing that I'm asking you is what type of founder are you? Okay, what type of founder are you? Now, Shopify has put together this really neat tool, and I want us to kind of go there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this link for you. Oh, sorry. So I actually just need to copy it. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to copy this into the chat, and I want you guys to go to this link and quickly fill out your 12 answers. Okay. So let's see here. Where's the chat? Chat. Okay. So by the way, do not mind that it says founder sign. I personally do not like that it talks about a founder sign and they call it a zodiac. That's a whole other issue. I guess Shopify decided to use those words because it resonates with a lot of what people understand and recognize. We do not subscribe to that at all. Um, and so the questions you get are not zodiac related or anything crazy like that. They are literally just figuring out what is your sort of profile. So as soon as you go to the page, you're going to scroll down and you're going to click get started. And they are 12 questions. It literally shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. And just enter your email and then tell me or put in the chat what founder type you are. Okay, so you've got it. Everybody good to go?
We have to put our email in, right?
Yes.
At the end.
Oh,
At the end. Okay, so Isabella, can you check for me if everyone's good going? I don't hear anyone saying anything, so okay, cool. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, thank you, Janelle. So we'll just wait patiently. Okay. Very nice, Austin. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, she then. Very nice. Thank you, Kim. Dr. Kim. All right. let's see. Just waiting for Rosanna. Who else? Val and Ron. Very nice. Thank you, Ron. We're waiting for 2 more. So what I'll start doing is I'm just going to wait 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to just start talking through a few things. Okay, so what does entrepreneurship mean? What does entrepreneurship mean? Can anyone tell me?
To undertake something, or
Mm-hmm.
take something in your hands and
Uh-huh. I like your warm.
For me, it means working for myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very nice. Anyone else?
Not only working for myself, but pursuing that which I desire to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
That burning desire of it being a benefactor for me as well as for others, right?
Pursuing my passion,
Okay.
for not just for financial gain, but for service to others and so on, whilst gaining financial benefits as I do.
So no one said the key word. It's running a business. What about that aspect? Um, and I hope. Oh, thank you, Rosanna. So I hope you're here with the ideas or the desire to run a business. Maybe not today, but at some stage, or you already are. And so what I wanted to do is to really just understand you first, and walk you through what are the sort of 5 types of entrepreneurs that exist, and what are the sort of businesses that kind of come out of that. Okay, the tools and how to get there and all of that you can easily find yourselves. And so I really wanted us to kind of just understand ourselves first, and then discuss some more. So, well, for those who are the cartographer, so that's Isabella, Austin, Kim, this is for you. So entrepreneurship to you is about planning, avoiding pitfalls, and really lowering risk as much as you can, almost to the point where you prefer not to be an entrepreneur, just because of the risk it takes. Okay, so in this category, you should do only something that you love, that you absolutely love, something that doesn't have much risk, something that you're curious about. The cartographer is someone who does need confidence and reassurance in their abilities, to let them know that, hey, you can do this, you got this. And then you have no problem rolling up your sleeves and getting the work done. Okay, that's cartographer. So what's very good for a cartographer is they need to build a business that matters to them, one with environmental or social mission, one that drives change. It's not enough for them to just innovate and have a product. They really want to make and affect change. And so, when you look at the time that we've had during the pandemic, a number of opportunities have come up for you to affect and make change. And so here's an example of some of the companies that exist today, not from the pandemic, but that have come out with the mission to make change. So if you know about Patagonia, they really do an excellent job of working with to counteract forest deforestation. They do an excellent job to really promote climate change and recyclable materials. Rumpel is another brand out of the USA that they make these super amazing, really comfortable outdoor camping blankets that you can take with you. Tom's is, I'm sure more people are familiar with Tom's, where they match one shoe with another. And well, they have a giving program where when you buy one shoe, they give away one shoe to make sure that everybody can get a shoe. And Allbirds, where their goal is to use the most sustainable material ever. So if we talk to those who are cartographers quickly, can I just hear from you, what would you, after hearing this, what would you want to do as a business? Do you have any ideas that you have and that you just want to quickly share with us?
Counseling practice.
Okay. And we know that that creates a lot of change. Is this family counseling? Is this couple counseling? All kinds.
A mixture of individual, family, not necessarily couples, but yeah.
Okay, very nice. That's a good business to build. And there are a lot of tools that we can share with you afterwards with how to build a business in that area, risk-free as possible. That's what you want to do. Anyone else in cartographer who wants to share what they want to do?
Sure, Jason, I can share.
Yeah.
I started something on the side with my current 9 to 5. It's a service-based business doing copywriting for doctors. So specifically naturopathic doctors and those who really push like a plant-based diet. So.
Okay, and what's your mission behind that? What sort of change do you want to affect?
Oh, I really want people to be open to the health message. And I know that in regular allopathic medicine, many doctors just treat the symptom, but not the root cause of diseases. So I just want to spread the word out through blog posts and other platforms online about other things they can do.
Very nice. Okay, so we can also share some tools with you about how to build that sort of a business that's sustainable as well, because that is quite a very social positive business. Okay, thank you. So the next one we have is the Trailblazer. So Jin Ben, we have only one. Okay, that's exciting. So the Trailblazer has ideas that bloom before even seeing the buds. The Trailblazer is someone who's got a lot of energy, super passionate, a born entrepreneur, and detouring to you is not a thing. It doesn't faze you. You're okay to detour as long as you are trailblazing a path, okay? It's important that you understand your shortcomings and that you learn how to harness your energy to focusing on what is in front of you. Okay, so you'll need passion to really get through on top of everything else, on top of your energy, because you're trailblazing a path that doesn't exist. So this is where companies like Shopify come from, Uber, Airbnb, Slack, Clubhouse. So really big, really giant companies that really just set apart from the rest and really just disrupt the category. So I want to hear from Jin Ben, if you wouldn't mind sharing with us your ideas for entrepreneurship.
Yeah, sure. I actually have several. Um,
Okay,
so they're all
trailblazer.
options that I'm looking at, but it's all part of my passion. So I'm actually a professional musician. So one possibility is, opening like a platform where students can engage with teachers in a way that's kind of, maybe different than what's existing out there right now, especially with the pandemic and teaching in person, because especially music instruction is usually always one-on-one in person. So it's just kind of navigating the differences, but also providing something that the community needs. So that's a possibility. And the other one is I'd recently started working on more kind of like video, and possibly I want to go into like film production. So opening my own production business. So that's another another business that I'm really interested in. Yeah.
Very. So what would you say you need most now? Because I really like these ideas. It sounds like a marketplace for one, and like a service-based business for other one. What do you think you need at this stage?
At this stage, I think I just need to decide which one I'm gonna go for. I don't know if I don't think it's feasible to do both at the same time. It's probably better to start with one, and then once that gets off the ground, then I could do the other one. So I think actually I'm probably more interested in the kind of opening my own video production business. And for that to kind of, I think I need more kind of planning, but also marketing and just branding. That's more important. Like, what can I offer to my clients, and how do I stand out from the crowd? Essentially just finalizing branding, and what kind of service I provide, like in detail. Yeah.
Okay. So okay, we'll make a note to send after this. So by the way, because we don't have all the time, what's going to happen is at the end of this, I'm going to send you guys an email where you're going to get, the tools that, each of you have kind of asked for, so that you can sort of take your journey a little bit further, and then you can reach out to me at any time. But I really just wanted us to first have that conversation of understanding, where we are and why we want to do this, and if it actually kind of fits the profile, because it really then changes how you build the business. Okay. The next one we have is the outsider. So the outsider is one, who works in quiet solitude, steady, and determined. So did we have any outsiders? We did not have any outsiders. Okay, interesting. So outsiders are ones that build slowly, and they're not likely to bring on a partner or staff. They usually work by themselves, and they hone their skills as experts in a certain thing. They outsource the admin where they need to. They learn new tools when they need to automate. And basically, they end up building DIY type businesses. So they begin with an artisan point of view. So in other words, you build something because you're an artist, you really believe in it, you really think this is quality. You don't really care if anybody likes it or not. At this point, you're just a craftsperson and you just love doing this. And so you just want to get things done right. You often undersell yourself, and you've moved to entrepreneurship as a way of necessity, more than the idea of entrepreneurship. Okay. And so businesses that have kind of been built out of this mindset are, bear in mind, IKEA has been around for quite a long time. But when you hear the story of the founder and how it began, he was a carpenter and just wanted to make quality furniture that people could take with them. But he recognized that they couldn't always, assemble or take it through to their houses because it was too big. So he decided to make it in pieces and allow people to assemble it. And he began that out of necessity, just honing in his craft. And then the business people came in and saw what he was doing and turned it into this multi-billion-dollar company across the world. BarkBox is another one where it's Well, just really passionate about pets and like the best sort of things that pets need to get. You really know what pets like, especially dogs, because it's BarkBox. You know what dogs like. You make maybe even certain kind of dog food, certain kind of pet things, and you just put that together, assemble it, and next thing you know, you've got a business. HelloFresh is another one where, again, they're just working with getting the freshest groceries from farmers and assembling them in a really nice way. Actually, funny enough, I say that, and I'm a HelloFresh guy myself. So basically, they're so clever in the way that they put together, what dinner is going to look like for me, and they show me, okay, cool, that's everything I need to do. But when I get it, it just arrives in fresh zucchini, arugula, almonds, and flatbread. And I'm just so excited because now I get a chance to feel like an artist, a little bit like an artisan as I make this meal. Okay. And so Etsy is also a great place for you if you are in this category. Okay, the mountaineer. We have some mountaineers. So we see Ron, Rosanna. That's awesome. That's awesome. And Janelle. All right. So your vision and your pursuit
Sorry,
of big
sorry,
ideas.
sorry. I believe Tamika as well. Sorry about that.
Okay, thank you, Tamika. Sorry about that. I didn't see that there. Okay, so
It's all
your
good.
all right. So your belief in your vision and your pursuit of big ideas is second to none. Okay, so a lot of people around you, leaders around you, share in your vision and your ideas. They like the mindset that you have. You're able to take leaps towards great ideas, and you thrive in the company of other people. That's really important for you. So what is really key here at this stage for a Mountaineer is, well, how do you build a business around an idea or brand? How do you build an audience first and then sell a product? So it's about building community, building those sort of relationships first, building an audience. And so this is where influencers actually on Instagram tend to fit in. They find a niche of people who like their ideas and what they're doing, and they build an audience. And then next thing you know, they introduce a product in front of that audience. And that's always a really, really good way for a mountaineer. Um, so, I just got a few examples. I didn't get enough, unfortunately, but Sweat and Tonic, if you've heard of it, is like a really big gym in the downtown Toronto area. If you go on Sweat and Tonic and you see they've got all these super cool fitness instructors and all of that, and people follow them because the instructors are really cool. And then the instructors say, hey, sign on board for this program we have. And like everybody kind of jumps in and it fills up really quickly. Peloton, I forgot to add Peloton. So, you've heard of Peloton, the bike. It's actually all about a community cycling together. Like you may be at home by yourself, but you get on a bike. That bike is telling you that, oh, okay, Tamika, Lynn, and Kim, they're also cycling at this time. This is what they did. Can you do better? And you're like, yeah. Like you're all about that community vibe. And how they started is just by getting people to really enjoy cycling, building a community around that, and then building the product and selling. So HubSpot is a CRM, customer relationship management tool. They've built a big company just by first teaching people how do you post online and just giving all this content out for free. Like for about 7 years, the company was just giving out content for free and monetizing on 10%. And then next thing you know, becomes a huge company. Everybody thinks that they know everything about posting online and they're the authority. Masterclass as well. They started with building a community around, well, Serena Williams, around Bob Iger, who's head of Disney. People already follow these people, and so they just bring them together in the community and say, here's a product. Okay. So any mountaineers want to share quickly their ideas they have? Yes, go ahead, Ron.
Like when you were describing mountaineers, my wife was like, yeah, this really describes you. So I've had a business for about 4 years, and I've tried many different ideas. I've had many different ideas, and I go for them and I try them out. And if they don't work, I change them. And basically, the last thing you said is right now I'm just trying to build. I noticed that relationships are really where my bulk of my customers come from. So I treat them well. First initial contact with me, I make sure that that is very important. So I strike on that, and then they tell other people, and then it's by word of mouth. So
Right.
I just noticed that that's been working for me. So that's where I am. My goal pretty much is to be one of those like those companies like PC Magazine. I want to, I'm an IT guy, so that's my business. I want to sell computers, but I also want to review them. And I would like to just kind of like put the knowledge out there for people and give people training on
Right.
computers and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, Ron, right there, you've got an opportunity to give value away for free. You already sound like an influencer in that aspect. And so you'd want to kind of create, you think about the PC category, you start deciding with, okay, what kinds of customers exist in there? There are people who are afraid of technology and don't know what to pick. There are people who have to get something out of necessity because of maybe they're at their workplace and that's what they do. There are people who are gamers, right? And then, there are other categories of people who maybe don't fit into those, but kind of float in between. And so you kind of have to start deciding on like, okay, in each profile, build out a user profile for each of those people, and then start seeing, okay, which are the ones that are common, and then based on the resources you have, and be like the time that you have, be like, okay, I can focus on 1 and 2, and I can start building free content for these types of users. And you just do that consistently. You add TikTok as well, surprisingly, like that's a great way for people to kind of like Val doesn't like that, for people to find you, discover you, and you keep on doing that, and you'll be like Marquez Brown. You're aware of him on YouTube. So Brown, he's built like a really big business, doing $2 million on YouTube, just reviewing other sort of tech gadgets, and he's gotten to the point whereby Elon Musk and Bill Gates call him up to review products. And he's a young black guy like you and I. So he's done really well, focused on that, building an audience around himself. And then by the time he brings a product, it's no problem. So yeah, so I want to give it up for any sort of questions. I actually didn't see the time. How much time do we have at this point?
We have 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, great. So I want to kind of troubleshoot with a few people at this point. I think, I think we didn't have anyone who was Firestarter, but I'll just quickly tell you about Firestarter. Firestarter is basically, it's your personality that's an entrepreneur. It's you already have it on your resume, even though you may not have written it. You're a self-starter in that way. You always spot opportunities and you close opportunities. Like, this is a different kind of mindset, and it's very, very interesting to meet people like this. And yeah, if you haven't started your own idea and you're a Firestarter, well, there's no better time than, again, a pandemic, to make the most of putting your ideas down on paper, getting hold of what sort of creative tools are out there and new technology, and addressing consumer needs. Okay, your personality as a Firestarter is one that you won't have problems, making sales and those sort of things. But where your challenge is probably in working with others and scaling out to business. And now, so bear in mind, these are just the kind of high-level categories that have been identified by Shopify over the last 7 years with the type of entrepreneurs that come through their tools. And so you end up finding that if you actually dive into it, you all have, a little bit of all those sorts of pieces here and there. but it's just important to focus in on one and then sort of build your business in that style. And then it makes it much clearer what you're doing and why. It makes it clearer when to bring on people. It makes it clearer why you should go with a certain sort of marketing strategy versus another one, and that sort of thing. So at this point, I want to kind of troubleshoot with a few people. So floor is open. Anyone have any questions? And then go from there.
Thank you, Jason. You've been great, and I like what you explained. When you were saying it, it's literally who I am. And with me, I consulted someone to help me with with the whole self-starting, and it's a platform. I don't know if I should really mention the platform that I want to use. I established the Instagram account, but right now I have it private because someone was working on my website for me, and it's been 2 years in the making, but COVID and life circumstances put a halt in what I wanted to, what I'm pursuing. And believe it or not, it's supposed to launch, what I'm actually doing is supposed to launch on the 1st of April. I wanted to start it on my birthday, but it didn't work out. The flyer was still being revised. So now the flyer is ready. And what that business is the business is called Soul Speakers. And the focus of that is to help women to know how to craft their speeches, how to effectively craft their speeches, and teaching them the etiquettes of speaking, as well as to deliver that speech, the ways in which how they should deliver it effectively so that it really hits the heart, right? And so that's the focus of my business. Is, like I said, it's called Soul Speakers, because I feel everything we say and do should come from the heart, and that's the soul. And the Holy Spirit just gave me that name one day. And what also came to mind is to run it as 4 seasons. So it's called Soul Speakers 4 Seasons Masterclass. And so for me, what I need is, I think sometimes you fear the success of how something can turn out, because I have a strong circle, I have a strong support system, but you fear the success of it. So now I need help. The help I need is I have a team. I just form a team. I call them my guidance counselors, and they have been helping me along the way. But it's to really put myself out there. It's to just market myself. And I was told exactly what you said, is to utilize Instagram. But I was waiting for the website to finish, as well as my flyer to complete. So now I can open up the Instagram and now start posting things there. But I like what you said, because that's exactly what I was advised. But I still want to use this platform that I found out about, my daughter told me about. And that's where I want to actually post it and run the business through that platform. And it's all free. It's called Talk Time. I don't know have you heard of Talk Time? Have you?
No, I haven't.
No? Yeah.
No.
So that's what I need help with, Jason, is to just market myself.
So, okay, so I'm going to put down in the guide that I send here. So, so just kind of going from the top. Okay, so, we had Instagram, so Instagram guide. We've had a branding guide. I just want to check.
And I was the mountaineer.
Did anyone have any sort of other tools that they wanted me to send over? I think it was maybe building a photography business, sort of best practice for that. Is that correct?
I need help kind of like trying to home in on a niche market. Like I want to kind of cater to seniors, help them learn how to use technology better.
Okay, got it. So
Yeah.
niche market. Okay. And it was Kim had a social business. So just making that sustainable. Okay. I didn't hear from, I think, Austin. Anything there your side?
No, I'm just taking in everything, just listening, because yeah, I don't really have an idea to implement, but I want to get into entrepreneurship. So hearing
Okay.
this all through, yeah,
So was this helpful?
yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
think so.
That's good. All right.
Hey,
Jason.
Austin,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but your room is on fire. Just wanted to let you know.
Oh, I know. It's fine. It's all good.
Jason, another Jason.
Jason. Okay.
Jason,
Yeah.
one quick question. And how do I tie that in? Because I'm also a certified coach practitioner and I want to combine that as well. So that's really, as well, I've done a few keynote speaking events as well. So it's a broad spectrum. So just to keep, yeah, so when you contact me, yeah, okay. Thank you. Sorry, Tamika.
That's okay, Rosanna. I just want to validate Rosanna right now because or she says she's worried about failing. Rosanna, it's never about failing with entrepreneurship. It's about starting with your why, and you feel that passion, and no amount of endorsement is going to make you feel as great as you are when this kick starts and you are like you're a proud mother. So I'm just validating you, affirming you in this. You go, girl.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we really like to see that. Anyone want to guess what I came out as?
Mountaineer.
Okay, any more
I think
guesses?
you're a trailblazer.
Nice. Yeah, that's the one I came out with, Trailblazer. That's for me. I've got a real love for building within a new category. So right now I'm building a sort of marketplace where people can learn how to solve certain problems. And in the past I've had a number of other companies that I've built, and that's kind of how I also came to Canada, building an online courses for medical doctors. So yeah, it's definitely a scary path, whichever one you take, but there are always ways to make it easier. So I'm hoping you guys got value out of this. I thank you so much for kind of coming through and all of that. I wish we had more time because there would be more links that I'd want to show you with, well, what are the sort of entrepreneurs we see in the Bible and like what they focused on and so on, and see that the same principles apply. But bottom line quickly is you guys are doubling, tripling your talents. That's all you need to know. Goodbye.
Thank you, Jason.
Mhm.
Okay. Leave this.